My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
What? 1995, 2005. Seen it with my eyes. Dope still alive. Real mob ties. Real frog eyes. Real old eyes. All time high. Do it.
What's up, guys? It's Frozen, and welcome to a Jump Force review. Oh man, I've been dreading making this shit. That's why I could have made it a while ago, but I honestly took the time and waited for these past two updates to see if they would remotely change something, but they didn't do anything. I'm not sure if they tried or what, but this game in its current state is beyond broken and it's way too spam friendly. It seems like I can't give a good review of a game because they simply don't make good games. It's hard to try to sound like you're not complaining when the games give you nothing to praise. I'm not going to say nothing because before the game came out, I had faith, but I didn't know it would turn into a literal spam fest. Like, out of all the matches I played online, I'd say about 85 to 90% was spam, and that's not an exaggeration. If anything, it may be more than that, which is the crazy part. And I understand that spam is common and in fighting, especially in an anime fighting game, but the way to this extent and to where it promotes spamming so much, it's crazy. Because there's literal changes from the beta that if they would have kept it this way, it would have been more combo friendly and less spam friendly. Because I had this combo with Zoro from the beta that it was, I don't want to say it was hard to pull off, because nothing in this game is really hard to pull off, but it's a lot harder to pull off than waiting for me to dash or waiting for me to attack or escaping and doing an ultimate or a super attack. But now I can't do that because after a couple hits you'll fall out of my combo if I do anything that doesn't involve a super attack or using an assist. Even after an assist, sometimes you'll still fall out. Like, I can't just keep a combo string going by mixing up heavies and lights, because if you do too many lights, you'll automatically fall out, even if you reset it with a charge heavy. But it didn't used to be the case in the beta. I'll link the old Zoro combo I did where I could like do 4 light attacks, do a hold triangle or a fully charged heavy mid combo, then I can go right back into another light combo string and then do a super attack. I can't do that anymore because you'll just fall out. But instead, I have to use assists, which assists in this game are broken. They come back too fast and most are OP. Like, I thought shit like Storm and Fighters, even Fighters assist, they're tame themselves with Vegeta. But this game, like, literally, you might as well just be calling out another person to actually come out there and fight with you, because they come out and do full-on super attacks, bro. Like, fully charged super attacks. Like, the fact that you can call in Piccolo and he'll do the same amount of damage as if he was actually out, and be just as useful if he was actually out as your main character. It's kind of annoying. Like, I don't know what they were doing with this game. They changed so much stuff from the beta for worse. Like, they legit changed up how the combo system actually works. And it's not that people actually know how to get out of it now. It's like I legit just cannot do these combos anymore without them falling out. It wasn't the problem that people didn't know how to play the game. That's why I could do them in a beta. People legit cannot get caught in my combos anymore because the game will just let them fall out. But it's okay for them to sit back, spam. Like, this game, like, with how fast super attacks are, with any move that has a cutscene that's a rush attack, if you punch, if you walk for a millisecond, if you dash, if you grab, if you're caught swinging because they recovered, you're done. There's little to nothing you can do about it, because it's not only does the animation start when they're close, they don't even have to touch you. As long as the animation is close to you and you're not blocking, you're gonna get hit by it. You can barely dodge them because they have massive tracking and massive hitboxes. And there's also certain moves in the game that rush at you, so that means they dash, and then they also grab. So they're literally unblockable, and there's little or nothing you can do about it because you can't dodge in this game because everything has massive spirit bomb levels of tracking. Like, I don't get it. And I wanted this game to be good so bad. I was an avid supporter. I'm not switching up because I'm still not bad at the game. Like, I can deal with spam relatively well, But it just reaches the point where, like, why do I even try? Like, why is it important? Well, I'll just take my L and just move on to somebody who's a little bit less of a bitch than you. Because there's literally no people in this game that don't spam. The only time I can fight people in this game that don't spam are my friends. And that's the only time I relatively have fun in this game. Besides when I'm folding the spam. Because when is it not fun to fold somebody that's cheesing you? This game is like the most unbalanced. At this point, y'all know how much I hate Xenoverse on this channel. I couldn't even recommend this game before I recommend Xenoverse. Like, I would tell somebody to go out and buy Xenoverse before I would tell somebody to go out and buy this game. And I would never tell somebody to go buy Xenoverse. But there's fate. If they just literally revert the combo system back to how it was before, maybe tone it down a little bit, because I can see how it could be cheese with people. Like, Zoro's already cheese. But like, the combo system probably could be a little bit broken, but tone it down from how it was before, but don't make it you fall out after a couple of light attacks. And also just reduce the tracking and make me be able to actually dodge. Like, only have massive tracking. Do it like Xenoverse, how they do with the that Key Blast Volley ultimate. Only have tracking on an ultimate after, if it's like a follow-up to a combo. Let's say they send me flying and I do a follow-up rush attack or blast attack. Like, have it track then. Don't have it track because just because it's a move. Because it literally defeats the purpose of one of your mechanics. 3 of them actually. It defeats the purpose of recover. It defeats the purpose of a block. If they grab, it defeats the purpose of a dodge. Because if I dodge some moves, like, I don't even know how it works this way. If I dodge about 10% of the time, my dodge will actually work. But they will be close to me still. Like, it'll keep tracking me while I'm dodging, but it won't actually hit. And then 90% of the time I dodge and I still get hit. So I'm still not sure if that's just a glitch that they just haven't fixed yet or what. But like, I don't know. I had such high hopes for this game. I was praising it. There's still good there. Also, this is a full-on review, so I guess I'll get back to the PvP portion later, because that whole thing right now was the main problem with the PvP portion. Let's talk about the PvP aspect. Even if the PvP worked like how I wanted it to work, I still couldn't recommend this game because it's literally unfinished. Do you see these unpolished ass movements in this story mode? The cutscenes look like a PS2 era game, and I feel like we're disrespecting PS2 era games when we say that. It feels like a B grade PS2 era game. And like, maybe the story, like the actual content of the story isn't bad, like the writing of the story isn't bad, maybe, but I legit can't tolerate it. Like, they're so boring and uninteresting. If they're talking, the animation gets slightly better. I know they use like certain cutscenes where it's supposed to be like the actual good cutscenes, and they're still absolute dog shit. Like, there's one where Yusuke fighting Cell and shit like that, where they actually turn up the animation and it gets 0.2% better, but it still looks like dog shit compared to every other game out on PS4. This game is literally unfinished. This roster is garbage. It's not, and when I say the roster is garbage, it's not who they have in this game right now. It's who they don't have. Let me tell y'all something. I have to say this in every anime review, every game review, my bad, because people try to make excuses for game developers when they do crummy things like this. If there's a direct sequel to your game and the mechanics remain relatively unchanged and y'all carry over animations, it is not that big of a deal to bring over characters that was in your previous game into your new one. So when characters that were in the previous game don't make it to the new one, and then you turn it around and try to sell them to us as DLC or leave them out like totally, it's an L, because you're cheating us. And then you have these fanboys out here defending it because they literally have no idea how game design works. They just want to tell them it's hard just so they can make themselves feel better by having a crappy product. That it's not hard. All you have to do is upgrade your model slightly, because I don't even know what they do with these graphics on this game. They feel like dog shit and they look good at the same time. I'm just gonna leave the graphics alone. But just look at it like this. Like I said it earlier, it's not hard to port a character over when the mechanics of the game are essentially the same, just some things are changed up. Like, it's literally the same engine as JSARS, they just changed a lot of stuff up. So it's not hard to port a character over. So when certain characters this is supposed to be a celebration of 50 years of Jump, but you have characters that wasn't even in the last celebration. Like, you don't even have characters. I can understand if you drop certain characters from that series and bring new people in. You have series that were represented in J-Stars and aren't represented now. And you can't say it's because they're not popular, because you have things like Hunter x Hunter, which isn't as nearly as popular as it was back when J-Stars dropped. But it still made it into the game. So we have things like Madoka that didn't make it. I don't even watch Hitman Reborn, but Suna didn't make it. Characters from Yu Yu Hakusho didn't make it. What was that? My Hero Academia, which I know a lot of people don't like it, that's fine, but it's one of the most popular shonen out right now, and it only got one character. Same for Black Clover. I don't even watch Black Clover, but it should have got more than one character. Yu Yu Hakusho had 3 characters last game. It went down to 2. Literally 2. And you didn't change anything about the 2. Like, in all the differences, like, between characters from J-Star to Jump Force and, like, how they play in this game, the Yu Yu Hakusho characters have the least amount of differences. Like, they're almost 1-to-1 with their J-Stars counterparts, which is crazy, which means it makes it feel like you just put in less work for them because they're a less popular shonen. When popularity should barely play a factor when this is a celebration of shonen itself. This is the same thing with Smash Bros. They bring in characters from games that haven't came out in decades, because those are popular game characters, or not even popular, just because they're a part of that franchise's history. They're part of the game's culture. So they bring them in, not because of popularity, but because they want to celebrate gaming itself. You're supposed to celebrate shonen anime, and you bring in, I think J-Stars had 39 characters, I think, and Jump Force has like 40 something. So they are like 3 characters apart. One was a PS3 game, and another one is a PS4 game. And you have 3 more characters. Why? Why did you leave these characters out? Okay, so I talked about the roster. I talked about the story mode. I talked about the PvP. Character customization, it's decent. Like, okay, let's put it like this. The customization itself of the actual avatar is decent, but the clothing options you have is garbage. Like, you can make a relatively unique character, but the customization that you have for clothing and moves, like even moves, you don't even have every person in Jump Force, you don't have their moves. I can understand you not having their transformation, but you don't have every attack that's available in Jump Force. Why? Like, you can say it's because I don't know how to use a stand, but I also should know how to use Ki or Chakra, but I can do a Kamehameha or a Rasengan. I can even use Lightning Style, but I can use a stand. I can use one of Rukia's moves, but I can't use the other. Why? Why isn't every move that's in the game available for me? Same thing with clothes. It's like, why is it such a hard? Like, I couldn't make the perfect Kaneki because I didn't have a color slider, and there's no white shorts in the game. Why is there not a color slider in this game? I don't get it. Y'all let me know. I'm done. Y'all let me know y'all opinion of Jump Force down below. I just think it's still better than J-Stars in my opinion. But man, it took a L. It took an L quality wise and stuff. But that's gonna do it for this video. Frozen out. Peace.
Freeze. Freeze. Now freeze. Freeze. Now freeze. Now freeze.